Hello, this is Hiroshi Hayashi, Hamamas City, Japan. Video number 651E for English-speaking people. Mystery of Satan, or Mystery of Beethoven's Number 9 Symphony. This is a story about a Satan, but Cherub or Cherub, both are correct, I think. And this is a sort of a cherub. It's a sort of a god or goddess, sang in the Number 9 Symphony, composed by Beethoven, Rucifer from Beethoven. Cherub, and as the Cherub, it says is a sort of a second class, a second sort of a, how to say, to the God. Anyway, this is a Lucifer found in Babylonia, and people in the Western world are very afraid of Lucifer because it's a Satan of Satans, the worst Satan in the Christianity. And this is also, I think, the Lucifer too, because he's got a wing and human face and human hand and animal legs. And Lucifer is a sort of used to be a very wise wise God with very bright brains and smart, but he or she was against God, so she was executed from the heaven, and if he or she fell down to the ground as a Satan. These are sort of imaginary sort of pictures drawn by Christian people, not by the sort of other people, because Christian people hate Mithrasism. There is a very clear reason why Christian people dislike or hate Mithrasism. I will tell you the reason why. Anyway, the right one is Lucifer, and the left one is Cherub or Cherub, and Number 9 Symphony. Lucifer and Cherub. And this is Selene or Silene or Selene. I don't know how to read it, but he's crying. But name is not important. The name is not at all important, because name is given after the excavated and the name is sculptures after that. And in the middle you can see the Cherub, and on the right side you can see Lucifer, and maybe these three ladies are the same ladies named Lucifer or Cherub or Lucifer, doesn't matter. And this is a Beethoven Number 9, Beethoven, Ludwig from Beethoven, and almost all over the country in the world, they sing this song Number 9 Symphony with chorus, and in this chorus they sing like this way. I'm sorry, I don't know much about German. Küss gab uns Unterreben Einsen Freude, something like that. But and the fourth line is said, und der Cherub steht for God, means Cherub stood in front of the God, and Cherub stood for God means Cherub is said about a Cherub. Cherub or cherubim in Japanese or in other language, Cherub, and in German Cherub. And deine Zauber binden wieder. Zauber means sort of a very strange pair of actually, as literally it means sort of a Satan. And this is Schiller, the well-known poet in German, and he made this poem for our first Freemason in German Freemason. It says Wikipedia says that Dresden. He made this poet for the group of Freemason in Dresden, German, and Beethoven took this poet into his Number 9 Symphony, and he composed Number 9 Symphony. And Akatsuki-san said Apollo and Mitra are the same, got the same face. I agree with him, because in ancient Greece they sculpted sort of with 3D photograph technologies, so it is very natural that Apollo and Mitra are the same person or same man. it was very possible. And this is a sort of a painting drawn by Christian and created sort of a created image or imaginary picture painting of Satan, of Cherub, by Christians, because Christians hated Mithra very much, because Christianity is a copy of Mithrasism, 100% copy of Mithraism, because Mithraism is older than Christianity. Okay, that's why they destroyed and sort of hated and executed Christian people, Mithraism people out of the world after Christianity was admitted as a national religion by Roman Empire in 4th century, in the middle of 4th century. And the mystery were followed, more mystery were followed. And what do you think about these three statues? One is Lucifer, another one is such and such and thing, right? This is a story about it. Thank you very much for listening, and see you again. Back again to my video, and I say number 9 symphony is a sort of a symphony that praises Satan in Christianity. And not Satan for all the people, but Satan for Christian people. This is a story about it, and very shocking. I think a very probably, most possibly, very shocking video for Christian people, right? But I will tell you give you the fact. Anyway, I got a mail from Mr. Akatsuki in which he said, Cherub is a Lucifer, and Lucifer is a Cherub. This is very important because this Cherub is sang in the number 9 symphony. If so, Beethoven praises Satan in his symphony number 9. And also he pointed out that the face of Apollon and the faces of Mithra are the same. Sort of maybe they're the same person. And this is what Akatsuki-san said to me in his mail. And this is very important. And I have examined what he said, and I found it is correct and it is true. And he said in the last stage, he said number 9 symphony is a sort of a symphony that praises Mithrasism, not God in Christianity, not God in Old Testament. This is a story about it, and I think probably very shocking for Christian people. Are you ready? And in the 9th symphony of Beethoven, they sing, or we sing like this way. And here, Freude schöner Götterfunken tauchte aus Elysium. Elysium is a sort of a utopia for ancient Greece, not for Christianity. He said Elysium is said, Wikipedia said it is sort of it's a utopia for the people who died, and also sort of a such and such thing. And then it's about and it's explained about the sort of lyrics of number 9 symphony, and it's yes, and it's following anyway like this. If you can't sing this, just remember this. Remember the symphony. Friday, la 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 la. This is it anyway. Here you can see Cherub or Cherub. It's a sort of god. It's a sort of a god of wisdom and knowledge. It says so. And there is Cherub stand for God. Cherub stand before the God. Then who is a God and who is a Cherub? And Christianity, according to the Christianity explanation, the Cherub is a sort of a this is a sort of a written in Old Testament. Cherub is a sort of a animal head, animal body with a human head, God. And she or he can move quickly from one place to another place very swiftly. It says so. And Cherub is such a god. So who is a cherub? But I found, or they found sort of a relief in Babylonia. On the right one is that one. This is Lucifer, they said, and Lucifer has got also wing and animal body with human hand and human face, and so I think Lucifer, or I'm sure Lucifer is a cherub and the cherub is a Lucifer. If so, this is a very shocking even for us, the Japanese people, because we sing this song for God, whom you may think Jesus Christ. Most of the people in Japan think that God in this song, in this symphony, is a God named Jesus Christ, but this is not. This lyrics indicate that the God in here in the number 9 symphony is not a God. We say Jesus Christ. And the God came from over the stars, not from the sun. This is also another very interesting lyrics. And deine Zauber bin der wieder, was deine Zauber. Zauber means a sort of evil's power, sort of evil's power. Is that correct to say that? Anyway, Zauber. Anyway, the Zauber bind is bound again to make a great power. It says so. And yes, and number 9 symphony, lyrics of number 9 symphony came from the poet written by Shylar, and it says so about poet Shylar. Is a very well-known poet in German. And Shylar wrote this lyrics for Freemason and Freemason in Dresden. And Shylar was a member of Freemason, apparently. It says so. As a matter of fact, it says so. And some people say that this is just saying that Beethoven was a member of the Freemason too. That indicates that this song was made by Freemason and for Freemason. And there are two groups of gods. One is a God which belong to the sun god, and another group belong to the star god. And the top one is Abraham and Zarathustra and Mitra. And from the Mitra, Buddhism was born, and Christianity is a copy, 100% copy of Mithraism. I'll show it with evidence. And Muhammad, Islam. Anyway, another group of the god is from a star, a Dingil or Shemel, and Jewish people are among them, and they're born in many religions like these, and Old Testament Moses was born between them. And the ceremony and sort of things came from Mithra or Zoroastrianism, and stories and came from Shumel, Assyria story or Gilgamesh stories, historical stories, Gilgamesh, and appeared as a conflict, a very severe conflict between Mithraism and Christianity, because they are so similar to each other. According to the thesis written by this lady, Mithra, the pagan Christ, the title of this thesis is The Pagan Christ. This lady, scholar, explained about about the similarity between Mithraism and Christianity. Here it said about sort of a similar point of Christianity to Mithraism, or Christianity is a copy of the Mithraism, because Mithraism is older than Christianity. That is very clear. So I explained about these things, and Mithra was born on December 25th on the Virgin Anahita. The baby was wrapped in swaddling clothes or something like that. So I explained these lines in Japanese, So I came back again. I have to explain it in English again here. Anyway, December 25th is not a birthday for Jesus Christ. Nobody knows when he was born. And Mishra was born on December 25th of the Virgin Anahita, the lady said, and the baby was wrapped in swaddling clothes, placed in a manger, and attended by shepherds. He was considered a great traveling teacher and master. This is a story about Mitra, not Jesus Christ. Remember this, very important. And he had 12 companions or disciples. So Jesus Christ imitated or copied or sort of stole, I say. He performed miracles. I examined about these miracles too. And as the great bull of the sun, Mitra sacrificed himself for world peace. And Mitra, ascending to heaven in his solar cart with sun symbol, he ascended to heaven. That means Mitra was flying very freely over the sky. And Mitra was viewed as a god of shepherd. I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the light, said he. And the Redeemer, or Savior, the Messiah. The word of Messiah came from Mitra. This is very important because the word is been very often used by Christianity. Mitra is omniscient. I'm sorry for my French. As a hear, and he hears all, sees all, knows all. None can deceive him. He was identified with both the lion and the lamb. Because he was sometimes kind and sometimes very tough. His sacred day was Sunday, the Lord's Day, hundreds of years before the appearance of Christ. That, as it says, this is what, as it says. And his religion has a Eucharist or Lord's Supper. And Mitra set his marks on the foreheads of his soldiers. And Mithrasism emphasized baptism. This is very important because baptism is not a sort of a monopolitical sort of a ceremony for Christians. This is Mithra. I'm sorry. I thought it was South Sister or Alpha Mother, but this is Mitra, and this is Jesus Christ. So both of them are so similar that they conflict, or they sort of and this I collected more information about Mitra and Christianity. 3 people came to praise for the birth of Mitra, and also 3 people came to praise Jesus Christ on birth, and they were born on a horse or a sheep or in the cave, because in those days and animals are kept in the caves, and the birthday is the same. Mitra's birthday and Jesus Christ's birthday is the same, because it is a sort of a winter something, the shortest when the sun is shortest in the daytime. And Mitra did some miracles to relive the death and cure the sick, and cures the blind, and cures sort of crippled people. And they got the 12 disciplines. And this is Mitra's very important day for spring, and now Easter for Christianity. And this is sort of Last Supper for Mitra, when Mitra had a Last Supper in Olympus in Greece. This is very important, and Jesus Christ did before he was executed. And blood and wine, and yes, says blood is my body and wine is my blood, something like that. And also they did in the cave. And also catacomb Christianity had got a catacomb in the early times. And baptism, this is baptism, and both are the same. And the Mitra said, I am the light and way, and I will be born again after Mitra said, I'm coming back. But Jesus Christ said, I will be back again after I died. Something like that. Anyway, and this is a Armageddon, and Mithra came back again with a white horse. And yeah, Jesus Christ also said, I came back. And this is Johannes something. And Messiah and is himself, Mithra, and Messiah, Mithra. And Sundays. Sunday is a sort of a Lord Day for Mithraism, and in Old Testament, Saturday is a sort of but afterwards they change it into Sunday, and they call the priest father, and the father of the Mithra is after Mazda, but Jesus, father of the Jesus Christ is not known, and the Mithra is a sort of a God of the sun, and Jesus Christ said, I am the light. This is a difference. Not difference, they're similar. That's why Christianity people didn't like Mithraism, and they destroyed this website explained about a very severe destroyment of the Mithraism by Christian people. Christian people killed and destroyed and the churches and chapels, and killed many people in a very severe way, because the Christian people said that Mithraism is sort of devil's or Satan's church. It's a vice versa. Christianity copied Mithraism, because Mithraism is older than Christianity. Okay, so it said Messiah is Messiah, whom they call to be so in Christianity, is a sort of Mithra himself. Mithra. And so close they are they so to each other. So Christian people destroyed and killed Mithraism. Especially after they are admitted as a national religion by Roman Empire in the 4th century, in the middle of the 4th century. And this is Mithra. And Christian people say he is Satan or devil or someone like that. And this is Mithra on the right side. This is Aftermath is wrong. I'm sorry, it's wrong. This is Mithra and Helios. Helios is a sort of a master. Probably Apollo is a master of the Elysium. So Mithra was standing in front of the Helios or Apollo, but Apollo and Mithra has got the same face. And that is to say that the Symphony number 9, the symphony that praises Satan in Christianity. That's what I said. Do you agree or not? This is very important. Or the Symphony number 9 is a symphony that praises Mithrasism, not at least the God we call Jesus or the God in Old Testament. Old Testament or testimony? I don't know which one is correct. Old Testament, Testament. Akatsuki-san says like this way: Apollon's face is same with the face of the Mithras. I'll examine it. The photograph you saw in this video, or in the early stage of this video, that was an Apollo and Mithras. This is another sculpted by 3D photograph technology in ancient Greece. Apollo. This is Apollo. And Apollo, yeah. So Mithra stood in front of the Apollo, in a sense, and Mithra. I'm not sure who was God of the enthusiasm. Anyway, Mithra is this one, right? And just compare the faces of these statues to each other. But I couldn't find sort of the similarity between them when I examined these two for the first time. But Akatsuki-san sent some photographs in front, and you saw them before. Apollo and Mithra, they are similar or not similar, I'm not sure. But Freemason, this is another mystery about the Freemason, because Sheila made this point for Freemason and Freemason religious party held in Dresden. It says so. So Freemason, so number 9 symphony is a sort of a symphony for Freemason in a sense. That is correct. And Ludwig von Beethoven composed the number 9 symphony for, in a sense, Freemason. Am I wrong or am I correct? Anyway, Cherub and Rucifer are the same person, are the same God. Am I wrong or am I correct? Thank you very much for watching and see you again next time. Bye.